My girlfriend declared, "I'm not letting go of my ex. Deal with it." I said calmly, "Okay." She smiled. "I knew you'd understand." I continued, "I'll go solo from here." Her confused, "What does that mean?" I replied, "It means you keep your ex, I keep my dignity. Goodbye." Her shocked, "You're breaking up with me." Got my response. I, 29 male, just ended a 2-year relationship over a text conversation that lasted maybe 3 minutes. Still feels surreal, honestly. My girlfriend, 27, and I met through mutual friends at a barbecue. Chemistry was instant. We moved kind of fast, started staying over at each other's places within a month, made things official pretty quick. She was funny, smart, had this whole creative energy thing going. Worked as a graphic designer for some marketing firm, always had interesting stories about weird client requests. Everything was solid until about 6 weeks ago when her ex started texting again. They dated for like 4 years before me, broke up 8 months before we met. She told me it ended because he wasn't ready to grow up, kept quitting jobs, playing in his band instead of focusing on a career, the usual musician stereotype stuff. Said she needed stability and he couldn't provide it. Cool. Everyone has exes. Didn't bother me, but then he reached out saying he'd changed, got a real job doing sound engineering at some studio, wanted to apologize for everything. She showed me the messages, said she just wanted closure. Fair enough, right? I told her to do what she needed to do. They met for coffee. Once. Then it became regular thing. Twice a week turned into almost daily texts. I'd see his name pop up on her phone constantly. Good morning texts, late night conversations, memes, inside jokes I didn't understand. I brought it up maybe 3 weeks ago. "Hey, you and your ex are talking a lot lately." She got defensive immediately. "So, we're just friends now. Adults can be friends with their exes." "I get that, but it's kinda excessive. You're texting him more than you text me." "That's not true. You're being insecure." Classic deflection. But I dropped it because I didn't want to be that guy. Last week, she canceled our Friday dinner plans last minute, said she was exhausted from work and needed to decompress. I understood. Her job can be stressful. Told her no worries, get some rest. Posted an Instagram story 3 hours later, her and her ex at some indie concert venue. She was wearing the dress she'd bought specifically for our dinner date. I screenshot it. Didn't say anything. Just filed it away mentally. Saturday she came over like nothing happened. I asked about her restful night in. "Oh yeah, I felt way better after some alone time." "Cool. Saw you were at a show." She froze for like half a second. "Oh yeah, my ex had an extra ticket last minute. Didn't think you'd be into that kind of music anyway." Not an apology. Not even acknowledgement that lying was messed up. Just justification. I let it go because I was still processing. Then came yesterday. Tuesday afternoon. She was at my place, both of us working from home. I was answering emails in the living room. She was on the couch with her laptop supposedly working on some design project. Her ex called. Not texted, called. She answered immediately, got up, walked into my bedroom and closed the door. They talked for 43 minutes. I know because I stared at the clock the whole time, getting progressively more done with this situation. She came out smiling, didn't mention the call at all. Just sat back down like it was normal to have hour-long private phone conversations with your ex while at your boyfriend's apartment. I waited maybe 10 minutes. Then I just said it. "I need to talk to you about your ex." Eye roll, actual eye roll. "Here we go again. You lied about Friday. You're talking to him constantly. You just spent almost an hour on the phone with him in my bedroom. This isn't friendship anymore. You're being controlling. I'm allowed to have male friends." He's not just some male friend. He's your ex-boyfriend of 4 years who you're clearly still emotionally involved with. She stood up, arms crossed. "So what? You're giving me an ultimatum? It's him or you?" "I'm saying what you're doing isn't respectful to our relationship. You're prioritizing him over me, lying about seeing him, having private calls while we're supposed to be spending time together. I am not letting go of my friendship with him just because you're insecure. Deal with it or don't, but I'm not changing." The way she said it. So matter of fact. So entitled. Like I was supposed to just accept being option 2 in my own relationship. I felt weirdly calm suddenly. "Okay." She smiled, actually smiled. Looked relieved. "Good. I knew you'd understand." You're not like other guys. That's why I love you. I understand you're choosing him. So I'll go solo from here. Her face scrunched up, confused. What does that mean? It means you keep your ex, I keep my dignity. We're done. Goodbye. Took her a second to process. Then the panic hit. Wait, what? You're breaking up with me? Yeah. Over this? Over me having a friend? Over you lying, prioritizing him, and just straight up telling me to deal with being disrespected. I'm good, actually. She started crying immediately. Full waterworks. You can't be serious. I thought you were different. I thought you trusted me. I did trust you. Then you lied about Friday. Trust gone. That was one time. That I know about. How many times did you decompress alone and actually hang out with him? Silence. Her face said everything. That's what I thought. You need to leave. This is my apartment too. I'm here all the time. You don't pay rent here. Your name isn't on the lease. It's my apartment. Please leave. The tears turned to anger fast. You're being a child, throwing away 2 years over nothing. Nah. I'm being someone who respects himself. There's a difference. She grabbed her stuff, laptop, charger, the hoodie she'd left here last week, kept muttering about how I was overreacting, how I'd regret this, how no one would put up with my jealousy issues. At the door, she turned around. You know what? Fine. Leave. See how long it takes before you're begging me to come back. I'm a catch and you just screwed yourself. Doubt it. Bye. Closed the door. Locked it. Stood there for a minute, just breathing. My buddy texted me right after. Turns out she'd already posted on her Instagram story. When your boyfriend chooses his ego over love, blocked her on everything. Instagram, Snapchat, her number. Done. It's been like 18 hours. Feel weird, but not bad. Like I should be more upset, but mostly I'm just relieved. That probably sounds cold, but I spent 3 weeks walking on eggshells, second-guessing myself, wondering if I was being paranoid. Finding out I wasn't? Kind of validating. Anyway, that's where I'm at. Single. Unbothered. Gonna order pizza and play video games without someone texting their ex on my couch. Welp. Things escalated exactly how I expected, but somehow worse. So after I blocked her, she apparently tried calling me about 60 times from her number. When that didn't work, she borrowed her sister's phone. That was yesterday around 8 p.m. Hello. Finally, why did you block me? That's so immature. Is this my ex using someone else's phone to violate a boundary? Violate a, oh my God, listen to yourself. We need to talk about this. We did talk. You said you're keeping your ex in your life regardless of how I feel. I said, okay, I'm out. Conversation complete. You didn't let me explain. You just made a snap decision. You had 3 weeks to explain. You spent them lying and calling me insecure. I'm good on explanations. This is ridiculous. Are you seriously ending things over a friendship? Same script. Like she genuinely couldn't comprehend that actions have consequences. Not a friendship. Emotional affair. But hey, tomato tomato, gotta go. Hung up. Blocked her sister's number too. An hour later, her best friend texted me. Didn't even know she had my number. Hey, I know things are rough our end, but maybe you should hear her out. She's really upset, and I think there's been a misunderstanding. I replied, no misunderstanding. She chose him. I chose me. Pretty straightforward. She wasn't choosing him, she was just being friends. You're being really unfair. Cool opinion. We're not together anymore, so my fairness isn't her problem. That got me blocked by the best friend. 2 for 1 special. Then came the calls from her mom. That was this morning. Didn't answer. She left a voicemail. Hi, this is girlfriend's mother. I don't usually get involved in young people's business, but my daughter is absolutely devastated. She made a small mistake, and you're punishing her like she committed a crime. I raised her to value loyalty and communication, and frankly, I'm disappointed in how you handled this. Please call her back so you two can talk like adults. Small mistake. Interesting characterization of sustained lying and emotional cheating. Deleted the voicemail. Work was weird today. We have one mutual friend from the original barbecue where we met. This guy from my gym who introduced us. He pulled me aside during lunch. Dude, what happened with you and girlfriend? She's blowing up the group chat saying you dumped her out of nowhere. Out of nowhere? She's been basically dating her ex for a month. Wait, what? She said you got jealous because she was being friends with an old friend. Her ex-boyfriend, who she lied about seeing, who she talks to constantly, who she canceled our date to go to a concert with. His eyes widened. Oh, she left out some details. Yeah, funny how that works. He showed me the group chat. She'd written this whole paragraph about how I couldn't handle her having male friends and had trust issues from a past relationship, I don't, and how she dodged a bullet finding out how controlling I was before things got more serious. I screenshot it, not sure why. Maybe evidence for later. For the record, my buddy said, I'm team you on this. That's shady as hell. Appreciate it. The real kicker came tonight. Around 6 p.m., someone knocked on my door, looked through the peephole. It was her, with bags of takeout from my favorite Thai place. Didn't open it. She knocked again. I know you're home. Your car's here. Please, I just want to talk. Ignored her. I brought food, your favorite. We can just eat and discuss this calmly. More knocking. Then she started crying in the hallway. I miss you. This is stupid. We're good together. You're throwing everything away because you're being stubborn. I texted her from my laptop using Google Voice, since she was blocked. I'm not opening the door. You need to leave or I'm calling the building manager about harassment. She read it. I could tell from the way she checked her phone. Then she left the food outside my door and walked away. Found the Thai food 20 minutes later. There was a note. I'm sorry for lying about Friday. I was wrong. But you're wrong too for not giving me a chance to fix this. We're supposed to be a team. Please don't give up on us. I love you. I'll always love you. Put the food in my fridge. Threw away the note. Here's the thing. Part of me gets that she's probably panicking because reality just hit her. She genuinely thought I'd just accept being second place because I'd been so understanding before. Now she's realizing understanding had limits. But the bigger part of me? Absolutely done. Because even now, even in her apology note, she's still making it about my stubbornness, my refusal to work on it, my unwillingness to be a team. Zero actual accountability for the lying, the prioritizing him, the disrespect. Just, I'm sorry, but you're also wrong. Nah, I'm good. My buddy suggested I might want to document everything in case she escalates. Apparently his brother went through something similar, and his ex tried claiming all kinds of crazy stuff when he wouldn't take her back. So that's what I'm doing. Keeping screenshots, saving voicemails, writing this stuff down. Probably paranoid, but better safe than sorry. Tomorrow, I'm changing my door code. It's one of those keypad locks, she knows the code, and letting the building manager know that my ex-girlfriend might try to access the building and shouldn't be allowed up. This is exhausting. I just wanted a clean break. Why do people gotta make everything dramatic? Okay, so it got significantly more unhinged. Buckle up. Friday, 2 days after my last update, I woke up to find her sitting in my building's lobby, just sitting there, at 7 a.m. I came down for my morning coffee run, and there she was, looking like she hadn't slept. Hair messy, yesterday's makeup, holding a coffee cup from the place across the street. Morning, she said like this was normal. What are you doing here? Waiting for you. We need to talk. No, we don't. You need to leave. I'm not leaving until you hear me out. I've been thinking, I don't care. We're done. How did you even get in the building? Tailgated behind someone. Look, I talked to my therapist. You don't have a therapist. I started seeing one. Because of this. She said we should communicate our needs clearly, and I haven't been doing that. So I'm here to communicate. My need is for you to leave me alone. Super clear. Bye. I walked past her. She followed me out to the sidewalk. You're being cruel. I'm trying to fix things and you won't even listen. Because there's nothing to fix. You made your choice. I made mine. That's it. You don't even care that I'm hurting. I stopped walking, turned around. You're hurting because you're facing consequences. That's not my problem anymore. You cheated emotionally, you lied repeatedly, and when I called you on it, you told me to deal with it. So I am. By leaving. I wasn't cheating. We're just friends. Cool story. Told it better last time. Still not interested. Got my coffee and went back upstairs. She didn't follow. I made sure the doorman understood she wasn't allowed in the building anymore. That night, around 9 p.m., I got a call from an unknown number. Against my better judgment, I answered. This is girlfriend's sister. You need to stop this. Oh, good. The sister. Stop what? Playing games with my sister's emotions. She's a wreck. Do you know she's barely eating? She can't focus at work? She's crying constantly? That's unfortunate. Also not my responsibility. She made a mistake. One mistake. And you're punishing her like she committed murder. She made multiple mistakes over multiple weeks, then told me to accept it or leave. I left. What's the confusion? The confusion is why you're being such a heartless jerk about it. She loves you. Then she should have acted like it. Instead, she prioritized her ex, lied about it, and showed zero respect for our relationship. That's not love. Oh, please, you're just jealous because her ex is more successful than you now. That was random and weirdly specific. What? He just got promoted to senior sound engineer, making 6 figures, but you can't handle that she's friends with someone doing better than you. I actually laughed. You think I care about her ex's job? Man, you people will justify anything. I'm hanging up now. She's going to hurt herself over this. If something happens, it's on you. Hung up immediately. Screenshot the call log showing her sister's number. That's manipulative as hell. Threatening self-harm to guilt someone into staying? Textbook emotional abuse. I texted my buddy about it. He said document everything and don't engage. Saturday was quiet. Thought maybe the storm was over. Sunday morning, I woke up to 17 missed calls from her mom, 3 voicemails, and a string of texts that progressively got more aggressive. First text, we need to discuss your treatment of my daughter. 5th text, ignoring me won't make this go away. 11th text, you're acting like a coward. Face the consequences of your actions. Last text, fine, we'll see how you like being dragged publicly. Oh, good. Threats. An hour later, she posted on Facebook, tagged mutual friends. Didn't tag me because I'd blocked her, but people screenshot it and sent it to me. Long post about narcissistic abuse, about how I isolated her from friends. I didn't. Controlled who she could talk to. I didn't. And abandoned her when she set healthy boundaries. Absolutely backwards. The comments were mixed. Some people who knew both of us called her out. Wasn't he super supportive of your career? This doesn't sound right. But some ate it up. Wow, I'm so sorry. You deserve better. Men really can't handle independent women. My buddy's girlfriend commented, this is one-sided. Maybe tell them about your ex-boyfriend you were sneaking around with. That comment got deleted within minutes, and she got blocked. Monday at work was uncomfortable. My office has maybe 30 people. Pretty small company. One of the women from accounting approached me at lunch. Hey, so, I saw a post going around about you? Fantastic. Yeah, my ex is mad I broke up with her for lying and emotionally cheating. Oh, she made it sound like you were abusive. I wasn't. She was seeing her ex behind my back, I found out. I left. Now she's spinning stories because she didn't think I'd actually go through with leaving. That tracks, honestly. Her story seemed off, like too perfectly victim-y. At least some people have critical thinking skills. Tuesday, yesterday, her best friend showed up at my apartment building. The doorman called up. Sir, there's a young woman here asking for you. Says she's not your ex, she's your ex's friend, and needs to drop something off for you. Don't let her up. She says it's important documents. It's not. She's harassing me on behalf of my ex. Please ask her to leave. Apparently she argued for 10 minutes before the doorman threatened to call the cops. She left whatever she had with him. It was a letter, 3 pages, handwritten. Basically a manifesto from my ex about how I broke her heart, how she did nothing wrong, how her ex is just a friend and always will be, how I'm letting my insecurities destroy something beautiful, and how she's willing to forgive me if I apologize and we go to couples counseling. Forgive me for leaving after she cheated and lied. The entitlement is astronomical. Last paragraph was the kicker. I know you're reading this and feeling guilty. You should. You gave up on us without even trying. But I'm willing to give you one more chance. Call me by Friday and we can start fresh. If you don't, I'll know you never really loved me and I'll move on. Your choice. An ultimatum. She's giving me an ultimatum. I took a picture of the letter, sent it to my buddy with the caption, "The audacity." He replied, "Dude, she's unhinged. Don't respond." I wasn't planning to. But here's what I did do. I called a lawyer. Just a consultation, 45 minutes, cost me $200. Explain the situation, the constant contact attempts, the public defamation, the sister's threat about self-harm, the showing up at my building, the harassment through third parties. The lawyer said I've got grounds for a restraining order if it continues. Also said her Facebook post is borderline defamation, but proving damages would be hard and probably not worth it. His advice? Document everything, don't engage at all, and if she shows up one more time, file for the restraining order. You've made your boundaries clear. She's choosing to violate them. So that's the plan. Her deadline is Friday. When I don't call, I'm guessing she'll escalate one more time. When she does, I'm filing. Part of me feels bad, like she's clearly not handling this well, and maybe I should feel some sympathy for that. But the bigger part of me is just tired. I didn't do anything wrong. I set a reasonable boundary. Don't lie, don't emotionally cheat. She crossed it. I left. That's it. Her inability to accept reality isn't my burden to carry. My buddy asked if I regret ending things. Honest answer? Not even a little bit. Every day since the breakup, she's shown me exactly who she is: manipulative, entitled, zero accountability, willing to lie and twist stories to play victim. Dodged a nuke, not just a bullet. Friday came and went. I didn't call, obviously. Saturday morning, 8:47 a.m., she showed up at my building again. This time with her ex, yeah, her ex-boyfriend, the one this whole thing was about. They came together. Doorman called me immediately. Sir, your ex-girlfriend is here with a male companion, both demanding to see you. Call the police for trespassing. Already done, sir, just giving you a heads up. I went downstairs with my phone recording in my pocket. Lawyers said audio recording is legal in my state as long as one party, me, knows about it. Got to the lobby, and there they were. She looked defiant. He looked uncomfortable, like he wanted to be literally anywhere else. You had until Friday, she said immediately, and you had until I blocked you to respect boundaries. Yet here we are. We need to talk. This is X's name, by the way, since you've been so obsessed with him. First time hearing his name, actually. Didn't care enough to ask before. I'm not obsessed with anyone. I just don't date people who lie and cheat. He's your problem now. Her ex shifted awkwardly. Look, man, I don't want any drama. She just said you two were having communication issues, and she wanted me here for support. Communication issues, I repeated. That's what she told you? Yeah, that you couldn't handle her having guy friends. I pulled out my phone, opened the screenshots of her canceling our date, then showed the Instagram story of them at the concert. She lied about being exhausted, then went to a concert with you wearing a dress she bought for our date. That's not communication issues. That's cheating. His face changed. Wait, you said you two were broken up when we went to that show. Oh. She went pale. We were basically broken up. We'd been fighting. We had one conversation where I mentioned you were talking to him a lot. That's not basically broken up. You were being controlling. You were lying. The ex looked at her. You told me you were single. I was emotionally single. He wasn't meeting my needs. So you were dating both of us, he said slowly. It wasn't like that. Cops showed up right then. 2 officers, both looked tired already, and it wasn't even 9 a.m. We got a call about trespassing. Yes, sir, the doorman said. These 2 don't live here, and the resident has asked them to leave multiple times. The female officer looked at me. Is this your ex-girlfriend? Yes, ma'am. We broke up 2 weeks ago. She's been harassing me, showing up here multiple times, sending people to my door, calling from different numbers. I've documented everything. My lawyer recommended I file for a restraining order if she came back. That's not harassment, my ex shouted. I'm trying to fix our relationship. There is no relationship, I said calmly. I ended it. You can't force someone to be with you. The male officer turned to her. Ma'am, is your name on the lease here? No, but then you're trespassing. You need to leave. This is insane. I just want to talk to him. He doesn't want to talk to you, the female officer said. You need to leave now or we're charging you with trespassing. Her ex grabbed her arm. Come on, let's just go. No, this is ridiculous. He's being unreasonable. Ma'am, final warning. She looked at me, tears streaming now. You're really doing this? You're going to have me arrested? You're doing this to yourself. I asked you to leave me alone, multiple times. You refused. These are consequences. The officers escorted them both out. I gave them my documentation, screenshots of messages, the Facebook post, call logs, everything. The female officer said I could file for a protection order at the courthouse Monday morning and they'd be noting this incident in the report. After they left, the doorman apologized. Sorry you're dealing with this, sir. Not your fault. Thanks for calling the cops. Went back upstairs and just sat on my couch for a while. The whole thing felt surreal. My buddy came over that afternoon with beer and pizza. We didn't talk about it much, just watched basketball and decompressed. Monday I filed for the protection order. Had to fill out paperwork, explain the situation to a judge. Showed all my documentation. He granted a temporary order. She can't contact me, can't come within 500 feet of my home or workplace. There'll be a hearing in 3 weeks where she can contest it, but the lawyer said with my documentation, it'll likely become permanent. The order got served to her Tuesday. I know because her mom called my work, which I immediately reported to the lawyer, violates the protection order. My boss called me into his office. Your ex-girlfriend's mother called here demanding to speak to you. I told her that's not happening, and if she calls again, we're reporting it to the police. Just want to make sure you're okay. I'm okay. Sorry this is bleeding into work. Not your fault. She sounds unhinged. You did the right thing getting that order. That was yesterday. Today was quiet. First peaceful day in 2 weeks. Checked my email tonight and found one from her ex. Subject line, sorry man. Hey, I don't expect you to respond to this and I'll respect if you don't. Just wanted to say I'm sorry for my part in this mess. She told me you two broke up and she was just nervous to tell people yet. When I realized she'd lied to both of us, I cut contact. For what it's worth, you handled this way better than I would have. She's been blowing up my phone calling me a traitor and saying I ruined her life. Blocked her eventually. Anyway, sorry again. You deserved better. I didn't respond. What's there to say? But it was validating, I guess. Confirmation that my reality was actually reality, not the twisted version she'd been selling. So that's where things stand. Protection order in place. Ex finally facing legal consequences for harassment. Life returning to normal slowly. My buddy asked how I feel about everything now that the dust is settling. Honestly, tired. Disappointed that someone I cared about turned out to be this manipulative and entitled. But also relieved it happened now instead of 2 years from now, or after moving in together officially, or getting engaged. The whole thing taught me something important though. People will really tell you who they are if you pay attention. She told me she wasn't letting go of her ex. I should have just believed her the first time instead of hoping she'd choose differently. But I'm good. Genuinely. No regrets about leaving. Every time I wavered, which happened once or twice in the early days, she'd do something that reminded me exactly why I left. Like showing up to my building with the guy she was emotionally cheating with, then acting shocked when there were consequences. The entitlement never stops being shocking. Anyway, that's the end of this saga. Moving forward now. Being single honestly sounds pretty great right about now. To everyone who messaged with support or shared similar stories, thanks. Helped to know I wasn't crazy for setting boundaries and actually enforcing them. Too many people stay in situations like this because they feel guilty or think they're overreacting. You're not. If someone shows you they don't respect you, believe them, then leave. Your dignity isn't negotiable. Peace.